Have you ever stopped to think about what it really takes to build something that lasts? Not just for a year or two, but for generations to come. Well, today, we're going to break down that exact journey, from that very first spark of an idea all the way to creating a lasting legacy. Every great project, every single game-changing company, it all starts right here. Not in some fancy boardroom, but inside someone's imagination. It's that one single moment of pure potential, a moment where absolutely anything feels possible.
So, this first stage, it's foundational. It's all about grabbing that raw, wild creativity and turning it from just a passing thought into a real, focused intention. This is the exact moment the abstract starts to feel, well, real. And this, right here, is so crucial. A dream without belief? That's just a daydream, isn't it? This quote from Eleanor Roosevelt just nails it. The key ingredient you need to move forward is just this unwavering belief in your vision, even when nobody else can see it but you.
Okay, so you've got the dream, you've got the belief, but let's be honest, that's not quite enough to get it off the ground, right? A dream needs wings, it needs an engine. So the real question is, how do you build one?
Well, the answer almost always comes down to collaboration. No vision, I don't care how brilliant it is, becomes a reality all by itself. The next critical step is to find and bring together the right people. People who don't just get the vision, but can actually help you build it.
See, a vision gets amplified, it gets refined, and ultimately it gets done because of the collective energy of a team that's all in. Every single person brings their own unique skills and point of view, and that's what turns an idea into something you can actually see and touch.
And the magic of a great team really comes from these things working together. That shared purpose, that's your compass. The collective problem solving, well, that's like having a giant shared brain. But the real secret sauce is mutual support. It creates something experts call psychological safety. Basically, an environment where people feel safe enough to take risks and even fail. And that is what creates truly unstoppable momentum.
This visual just says it all, doesn't it? Building something new is a lot like crossing a desert. It's going to be tough, the path is not always clear, and you're going to face challenges. Trying to do that alone is, well, it's a recipe for disaster. But with a team, the impossible starts to look possible.
So, the team is clicking, everything's working, and the vision is becoming a reality. Amazing! But what about the long game? What happens when the original crew is ready to move on? How do you keep all that incredible work from just fading away?
And that leads us to a really crucial and honestly often overlooked stage, succession. This is all about planning for what's next, making sure the mission can live on beyond any one person.
This image of passing the baton is just the perfect metaphor. See, real leadership isn't about holding on to power for dear life, it's about knowing when and, just as importantly, how to pass it on. A successful handover might just be one of the most powerful things a leader can ever do.
So, let's kind of reframe how we think about this. Succession is not a retirement party. It's a strategic move to future-proof the vision. It's about overcoming something called the founder's paradox, where the very same drive that built the whole thing can also make it super hard for that founder to ever let go. Real succession planning ensures the music doesn't stop just because the original conductor has left the stage. So what's actually in that baton that's being passed? It's so much more than just a job title. It's the huge weight of responsibility. It's the deep trust you're placing in the next generation. It's the core vision, of course, and, critically, it's knowledge. Not just the stuff you can write down in a manual, but that gut feeling, intuitive knowledge that only comes from experience. Successfully passing that on, that's the real art form here.
Okay, this brings us to the final, beautiful piece of the puzzle. A true legacy isn't some static monument you build and leave behind. No, it's a living, breathing thing. This final stage is all about nurturing the soil so a whole new cycle of growth can begin.
The ultimate measure of your success isn't just what you built. It's what you make possible for others to build after you. It's about shifting your role from being the main builder to becoming the gardener. It means creating what's called a learning organization, a culture where new ideas are welcomed, where mentorship is constant, and where the whole system is designed to innovate and thrive long after you're gone.
And look at this. We've come completely full circle. On the left, you've got that initial personal dream. And on the right, you see the new growth that it inspired. The real goal is to turn that little spark of imagination into a self-sustaining garden that just keeps on growing. So, let's quickly recap this whole cycle we've just walked through. It all starts with a dream, right? That first little spark. Then you build it through a collective team effort.
You make it last when you sustain it, with a seamless transition. And finally, you secure its legacy when you create the right environment to grow the next generation of leaders and ideas.
And that really just leaves us with one final, big question to think about. Whether it's in your job, your community, your family, every single thing you do is like laying another brick in the structure of tomorrow. So I'll ask you, what future are you building?